This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Yeah, go, 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 go. Everybody, come on, he's the first man. Go, 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 go. Everybody, go, go.
Good evening and welcome to the Oklahoma Sports Network. You are watching the Altus Bulldog Coaches Show with head coach Jeremy Reed live here at Brew Coffee, Tea, and Espresso, located right next door to Jackson County Memorial Hospital. Hey guys, come on by, stop here. They sell great coffee. They sell Starbucks coffee. I know that we have a Starbucks now in town, but man, listen, there's always a line at Starbucks, and so here you get in quick, get what you got to get, and then you can get out again. Friendly staff. Quick service, man. This is a place to be. This is where I come in a lot of the mornings. I'll stop in, get a coffee, get a refresher, do what I got to do, and it kickstarts my day. So definitely happy to be here at Brew Coffee and Tea and Espresso, right? Jeremy Reed, Coach, I know that you've talked about it a little bit, but since, Mr. Warbus kind of, brought it up, I mean, you're there at least once, twice a week with the junior high in that athletic leadership class, not just necessarily dealing with footballers, but kiddos of all sports. How's it looking?
Oh, it's awesome because the priority is building athletes. And unfortunately, when you're a football coach, the head football coach, you get tagged of everything's about football. But that is so far not the truth with me personally because I got kids of my own and they play multiple sports. And I've been a athletic director many times, many places. My passion is to see kids be their best. And we have a vision of giving kids the opportunity of that with how we train, how we talk about nutrition, and then the resources we're able to use to show them progress. The general public has no clue how awesome things are going right now, and being on the cutting edge of a lot of different things to help not just high school kids, but I go, well, he's just not a good athlete or she's just not a good athlete. I don't think kids get out and do those natural movements anymore like we did. Now I sound really, like an old person, an old head, as the kids say. But the change of direction is a correlation to what you do when you're young. So I say all that we want to get down in the elementary and start getting them moving. And it's not complicated. We're not, trying to be super complicated. But anyway, athletic leadership's going amazing.
Awesome.
All the way from junior high to high school. And there's a vision here to build some things athletically that aren't revolved around just a ball.
Yeah. And again, it's just, I mean, you said it, the whole athletic department program, like not just football, but in all athletics. I mean, what we have to offer is top notch, man. It's amazing. And, I wish we would have had something like this when I was in junior high, and then plus it keeps that, interest in, sports in general, because like you said, we don't see a lot of kids nowadays riding bikes, playing outside. I mean, as a coach, it's very frightening because as a PE teacher, as many years as I was for pre-K and kindergarten, just playing catch with kiddos, it's just like the hand-eye coordination, isn't where it used to be. So I mean, I emphasized on that, like you said. I mean, I would make up games. We'd play the same game of tag, Griffin. I would just name it a different name, and the kids would love it. It's just the imagination to it and just getting outside and playing. And I'm really excited for what you guys are doing there at the junior high. We're seeing the effects of it, in different various sports, from softball to volleyball to football that's in session right now. So, but kudos to you, Coach, and kudos to Coach Webb. And, we'll talk with Mr. Warbus, too, who's always a huge supporter and backer of anything that, that can advance the Altus Bulldogs athletically. And, awesome things happening there. Coach, home opener versus Elk City last Friday. The atmosphere was electric. First half was amazing, Coach. You guys came out. Elk City scored quick, and then next thing you know, Altus is up 14-6. That's on last week, Coach.
Yeah, you can either start with the negatives or the positives because there's both.
Yeah.
But I want to set the stage of trying to make sure we all stay in reality of prior to Friday night, the last 2 years combined was something like 72 to 13.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Elk City over Altus.
Yeah.
2 years combined.
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't been competitive with them.
No.
At all. And so when you're not competitive with a team, you've got to convince your team that you got a shot.
Yeah.
That you can be competitive. And it even traces back, believe it or not, kids remember in junior high how things happened. Mm-hmm. And so if you get roughed up in junior high, you remember that as a sophomore, like, dang, we never beat those guys.
Yeah.
They've always rolled us up.
Mm-hmm.
So I set the stage there because, again, I am not into moral victories. But, again, this is a process.
Oh, yeah.
And nobody hates the process on the losing end more than me, and people may think they do, but they don't. I stay up at night thinking about these things, and, it bothers me. I want these kids to pull out a tough win. So setting the stage there, haven't been competitive in 2 years. And I'm going to fast forward all the way to the end, and then we can retrace back of the game.
Yeah.
It's 21-14 with 6 minutes and something, I want to say. Maybe it's 9 minutes in the fourth quarter. We're going into score when the unfortunate fumble happens at the 22-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
Back up a little bit from there in the third quarter, we're inside the 15 on 4th and short, marching in to go tie it up.
Mm-hmm.
So we went from being not competitive to, man, we could win this thing.
Yeah.
So the thing that I look at, and I've told these kids for the last 2 weeks, I'm really not looking at the scoreboard for these first 3 games. I'm looking at what's the progress.
Yes.
Where are we progressing? And we got some things we've done really well, and we got some things that still are driving me insane. But we are progressing in the fact that we're being competitive in a lot of areas. So to close that gap against a very good football team was encouraging. Just kind of first half, I thought, came out really, really well. Had an explosive play on offense that kind of lit the sideline on fire.
21-14.
I've slept and
slept
a little and watched a lot of film since then of the new opponent. So
they only scored once in the second. Yeah. They only scored
so
once.
I'll be honest. Halftime, we had some long faces. Some I didn't like it. I was like, guys, you do understand something. Like,
still in the game.
It's 21-14 and we're getting ready to go play the second half. Like,
getting the ball
it's
back.
time to go win.
Yeah.
And so, fast forward to the second half, I thought defense played much better. The running back still was hard to tackle, but we played much better. And then offensively, the truth is we have too many unforced penalties.
Yes.
Unforced penalty means it's not the referee. I'm not saying that. And it's not the opponent. It's the Bulldogs. Jumping off or false starts, those kind of things, you can't do it.
Yeah.
And, as a team, we had 9. That is way, 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 way too many. I want to say 7 of those were on offense. And so that's the part when I say driving me crazy.
Yeah.
Those are the things driving me crazy of last week of, man, we can't have unforced penalties and expect to win ball games. And so second half, we had some good moments on offense, but – there was just too many unforced penalties, and at the end, in the end, as you unravel it all, there's this cliche that has been said since I remember being around the sport when talking to coaches. The game's usually determined by about 5 different plays.
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
And dang, if I couldn't probably name those 5.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you, there's nobody on our team that's not wanting to be great in those situations. There's no player that doesn't want to execute in those situations. So. It's just we haven't done it.
Yeah.
And, we're working on those things. We're working off film. We're working off of practice. We're working.
Before he kind of tweaked his knee, Trent Carman was having a heck of a game, Coach. Defensively from that safety position. And this is from seeing him in class and just really, like, he he knew what play was coming. You could tell that he had been studying film. Like he was in the right place at the right time. Had some big plays on defense, and then of course, I mean, our player of the game, Camden Lane, a 60 plus yard touchdown run. We didn't know if it was a shovel pass or a run. Like we had to go back and look. Like, okay, was it forward? We just counted it as a run, and so just put it down as rushing yards. 130. What we got? 138 total rushing yards is what I have for him, and then 2 long runs, 160 plus, 150 plus. Had an interception defensively. Was on a crazy amount of tackles. I think we got him at, I may be off a few, 8 solo, but there were about 4 of those that were touchdown saving tackles. Like him and number 1 were just going. Those were 2 gladiators going at it. And it was so fun to watch, Coach. Mm-hmm. So fun to watch. And because, I mean, that number 1 was just, I tell you what, like he was good, but what we were talking about, like during breaks and stuff like that, it was like, one, he had some pretty good runs. They had 1 deep pass in the first quarter there that they kind of got us on. But as we were talking about it, like that number 1 played a lot of defense too.
Yes.
He really didn't have a lot of big runs when Trent was in there. Like once Trent was kind of out, you could see that he was getting to the outside and stuff like that. So, I mean, it was like the game plan you guys put into place, we had gotten in their heads like, okay, this is not the same Altus team that we've played years before that we've been able to score 70-plus points on, and they've only scored a handful. Like, these guys are hungry, and one of our keys to the game prior, Coach, was we have to match their physicality and, if we can, surpass it. Mm-hmm. And, Coach, we saw that.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of moments that we were matching it. There were some moments that I felt like we were not, but overall the gap was closed.
Yeah.
To what it had been, and so from my perspective, that's what I've got to zoom out and look at: is are we closing the gap? Are we progressing? If we are, then you've got to look at that and not accept it as we don't accept defeat.
Yeah.
But we have to look at what's reality. And reality is we were good enough to win that game. Reality is we were not good enough making plays in timely moments to win the game.
Yeah.
And so my hope is, and you just don't know, my hope is this prepares us for the future to get in a tight ball game when we get into district play and be able to reflect back and go, hey, remember when we were in this situation week 2 against Elk City?
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to get it now. You know what to do. And so, you don't know what's going to happen, but that's the hope moving forward.
Yeah, and that, like you said, that is the hope moving forward. And what we can say, what I can say, Coach, is, and obviously, I mean, we're seeing it from the outside in. You guys are working it week in, day out, is that, I mean, we can see really great progression from week 1 to week 2. Now we're going to come into week 3 here, and that's exactly what you wanted to, is you wanted to tune up areas that you saw that maybe need to be tweaked or whatever, and then be ready by the time we get into district play. And I think that we see that ball, going that. I think we see it rolling that way. And so as we get ready, as we're back-to-back here, home and opener last Friday, this Friday night, ladies and gentlemen, it is homecoming week right now. And so we have been celebrating here, looking to get that first victory here at home. Coach, what are your thoughts going into Friday night as we host the Cash Bulldogs?
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a large crowd. Or at least hope it is with homecoming and Cash being so close, and they're kind of trying to make I think a natural rivalry. I think they're naming the game and doing some things like that. But at the end of the day, they're going to kick the ball off at 7, and we're going to play 4 quarters of football. And I know the spirits of our guys is really good. Sometimes you worry about that as you build up for a season with so much work, so much preparation. You're worried about, especially a loss like we had against Ardmore that was so close, and we were up by so much, and then you come back home and you lose again. You worry about does things start dwindling in the spirit and belief column, and I didn't see that at all this week, and I think that's a testament to these kids that have stood the test since last November preparing for this. They know that these are the short-term outcomes. We're looking for some long-term outcomes that happen over the next, 8 ball games. And so I think our leadership of our upperclassmen, our seniors and our juniors, have kept those spirits high. And, great practices the last 2 days, honestly. I mean, honestly, this whole fall camp into the season, we haven't had real bad practices. Last year it was worse than roller coaster ride. Like, it was like awful. This year it's been amazing to be out there and seeing the progression. So, Cash played a tough game last week with Duncan and came out on the short end. I don't remember the final. I just know it was close. And so they're probably extremely hungry to get their first win, obviously, and they probably felt like they should have won last week, and they'll come over here with a lot of belief in playing us. We play each other in I guess about everything now.
Everything.
So I expect them to come over, and I've watched plenty of film over them, and they just get better and better each week that I've seen them, and so I think the product we've seen on the film against Duncan, I'm expecting a better product, just because that's what happens when you go from week 1 to week 2. That was their first game. It was our second. They'll be better this week than they were last week, and they've still got some kids that can run.
Yeah.
They got kids with major size. Their defensive line, they got some guys that are over 300 and guys up 275 plus. So, we'll definitely have a tough challenge coming in to the Rock on Friday. Yeah,
most definitely. And I mean, you guys are going to face an experienced quarterback too. With their senior quarterback there who. Three-sport athlete, and so who has done some damage to us before. And so, I mean, it's going to, like, I know, and I've heard it, just people passing by or, hey, man, we got this win. I was like, man, hey, listen, we got to go out there and we got to earn it.
There's no gimmies.
Yeah, there's no gimmies and nothing's free. And, but, Coach, you guys, I mean, again, like we said, we have seen tons of progression. You guys are looking good. And the great thing to hear, Coach, is that, we have I was hoping they wouldn't walk through that door. We have great spirits in practice, and that's awesome to hear, Coach. Is that it's not like it was last year. It just seems to keep getting better and better, and that's got to be a great sign, right?
Well, yeah, I personally think how you practice is how you play, and so I think that's why we've got some good things on Friday nights, because we've seen those leading up.
Yeah.
And then hopefully the things that we're trying to improve on, making timely plays, not making unforced penalties, being better and getting personnel on and off in special teams. Like some of these things that we've mentioned on here, we've already seen progression. The thing is about coaching is, if it was always going to be perfect, they wouldn't need a coach, right? So we're going to continue to see things that you got to improve on, you got to fix, and we're very fortunate to have a great coaching staff that sees those things and is able to fix those as they come, and keep having good practices. We'll eventually get more consistent, and the thing that is hardest to stomach right now is just injuries that you can't prevent. They're not they're not a rolled ankle. They're bad injuries. And that's the heartbreaking thing in my chairs, because watching kids get injured badly is one of the worst things for me, because kids put a lot of time, energy, and effort into playing something that they love. And that's the thing that's the worst thing that we got going right now is losing kids to things that you literally can't prevent. It has nothing to do with strength. It has nothing to do with injury prevention. We're talking things that, just unfortunately happen. And, that is the absolute only negative thing going on right now in our field house. The rest of it is great group of kids, great group of coaches. We're competing our tails off. We're getting better. Still a lot of football to play, and hopefully some breaks start going our way on Friday nights, and maybe some outcomes will start changing too. Yeah, well, Coach, we know that you guys are on the right track there. And again, you talked about injuries, and those are things that we can't control. Can't control the injuries. We can, and again, you're 100% correct. It has nothing to do with strength and conditioning, or with our speed and everything that we talk about, or even nutrition. It's just
freak things happen. You know, it's a violent sport still. It's football, and so. But
drink more milk is the only thing I'll say. Drink more milk.
Drink more. Yeah, we got to get Mr. Warbus there to just roam the schools with the milk mustache, and so maybe that'll work. But Coach, hey, listen, good luck to you guys on Friday night. We know that you're going to have a great game plan in place. We know that you and your coaches have been working hard all week and are going to have the Bulldogs ready to host and take on the Cash Bulldogs. And so, ladies and gentlemen, again, Friday night, kickoff is at 7. Our countdown to kickoff here on the Oklahoma Sports Network, brought to you by Custom Graphics, will go live at 6:25. So make sure to tune in. But, hey, listen, you can still tune in on the Oklahoma Sports Network, but we would prefer you to be sitting in the stands at the Rock. You can watch the game live and listen to it in your ear, however you want to do it. But hey, come out and support the Bulldogs. It is homecoming night. We're going to have a lot of festivities, and it's going to. I mean the pageantry that we put on, that Altus High School puts on for the homecoming game, and just everything leading up to it is awesome. So come out and support the Dogs. You guys did great last Friday. Let's do it again. I think last Friday it was elk hunting, so everybody, all the students were in camo. This week is I think they're going to be in Western wear, right? Is that what it is? Like so. I don't know what that means, but or Bulldog Shootout. I think that's what you were talking about. So yeah, Bulldog Shootout at the Rock Corral, or however you want to call it. But hey, listen. The only thing that matters is that Coach Reed is going to have them boys ready to play on Friday night. So come out, support them at the Rock, 7 p.m., Hightower Memorial Stadium. And again, if you can't make it, or if you have family that can't make it, then hey, listen, all you have to do is download the Oklahoma Sports Network app, available on all smart devices, your phones, your tablets. If you got a smart TV, Roku TV, Apple TV, Fire TV, man, we're available everywhere. Or if you're old school like me and you just don't know how to use all that stuff and you just want to use the interwebs, then www.oksportsnet.com. All right, you'll find it there. And the great thing about Altus is that we're the first one. We're the first one right there, so you can't miss us. All right, so right there, if you want to go back and watch a great game last week or even week 1, you can do that as well, as we have all of our coaches show, everything that we've aired this season thus far on demand as well. So, Coach, been great talking with you. We look forward to you guys coming out and playing your hearts out like you guys always do on Friday night. And so we're going to take a quick break. After this, we're going to talk to the man himself. Not only is he an awesome Christmas elf, but he's one of my favorite guys to talk to. Altus Public Schools Superintendent Mr. Ro Warbus here right after this. You're watching the Altus Bulldog Coaches Show with head coach Jeremy Reed, live here at Brew, Coffee, Tea, and Espresso on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Wichita Insurance is your true homegrown insurance agency found right here in the heart of Southwest Oklahoma. We take pride in taking care of our own around here, whether it be your business, home or auto, farm and ranch, life insurance, bond, or crop insurance. We're here to help make sure you're taken care of. Come see us at any of our convenient locations in Altus and Mangum, or give us a call at 580-301-6352. We look forward to making you part of the Wichita Insurance.
Strong Tower Ministries strengthens the church by connecting and engaging visitors in the true Word of God and belief in Jesus Christ. Come worship with us at 805 Martin Luther King Road in Altus, Oklahoma. Sunday morning Bible school starts at 9 a.m., followed by worship at 10. Can't join us that morning? We also have Sunday evening services starting at 4, and youth services are on Wednesday nights at 6:30. Your ministry is found where you've been broken. Your testimony is found where you've been restored.
Are you looking for more than just a job? Barres Foods offers a career with a competitive starting wage, opportunity for advancement, life and health insurance, including medical, dental, and vision, as well as 401k retirement plan. At Barres, you can be proud of a company that gives back to the community. But most of all, you can take pride from making a quality product. Barres Foods, the food America likes to eat. So come be a part of a winning team and start your path to success today.
We take pride in supporting our communities. We take
Hey, welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. Thank you for joining us here for the Altus Bulldog Coaches Show with Public Schools Superintendent, Mr. Warbus. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Hey, listen, we usually get you on week one,
Yes.
but I didn't want you to think I forgot about you. But week one, the softball team had just played at one of the
Absolutely.
greatest softball fields known to man, and so
Yep.
wanted to talk to them, and of course,
Well, they'd rather hear from the kids than me anyway. I mean, they're more fun.
they're more fun. But you know all the business.
All the business, okay.
No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, we love talking to you, Mr. Warbers, for the simple fact that you're not just the superintendent. You are perhaps the biggest Bulldog fan.
I try to be.
In support of everything.
I try my hardest. I love seeing the kids compete in whatever they like. That's our goal in Altus Schools is to find something for every single student in Altus Schools and help them be as successful as they can, whatever that is. I don't care what it is. As long as it's something positive and good for the kids, I'm all in. That's our theme this year is all in.
Oh, yeah.
And all in for those kids.
Yeah, and I tell you what, you and your staff and everybody down at the board doing a great job, and a big shout out to our board as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have a great Board of Education, very diverse, very supportive. If it's good for kids, they're all in.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they are very supportive of our staff. We have a great community that supports Altus Public Schools, and whatever we are trying and we need, they come up with it. One of our new programs here with Griffin.
Yeah.
I'm excited that you have an intern for
I'm
sports,
excited.
and can't wait to see where he goes in his career after he leaves Altus Schools. But just a lot of great things going on with kids being able to do what they love to do, and they're successful at it.
Yeah.
We have a lot of great teachers and support staff that love on kids, support them, and help them in any way to be successful.
Yeah, we, Mr. Warbus, we've ever since we partnered up with the Oklahoma Sports Network, and you guys entrusted me to be the voice. We have always strive to be different and to progress what it is we do, not only streaming sports, but anything and everything else. And in all reality, we're one of the, if not the only school on the Oklahoma Sports Network that not only does sports, but we do everything. We've done act shows. This Friday, we are covering Meet the Candidates. So, I mean, we have done everything, and it's not just sports. It's everything else as public schools. And
Absolutely. And what's great about us, I'm so proud of Altus Air Force Base and the partnership that we have with them, and what an opportunity for families from all over the United States, and then moms and dads that are deployed all over the world literally can watch their kids do whatever they love doing. And it's not the same as being here, but it's better than listening maybe on the radio or reading it in the paper. They get to see it live.
They get to see it live,
and see their kids do what they do.
Yeah,
it's a great. And you, Levi, have anything that anybody wants to try, you're all in. You're like, let's try it.
Let's do it.
Let's do the livestock show. Let's do whatever it is. I love it. And
I did one, and then I let somebody else do it.
we even did elementary.
We did.
Basketball.
Yeah, we've done a lot.
It doesn't matter what it is, as long as our little Bulldogs are doing it, our Bulldogs are doing it.
Exactly.
We want to show them off.
And that's the thing. And then, we carry on to doing that to now we're the only school that has an internship for
Oh,
the
wow.
Oklahoma Sports Network. We're the only
I
one.
love being the first.
And that's the thing. Like, when we talk to the owners of and the guys that run, OSN, they're like, man, we just let you do your own thing, Levi. You and your superintendent, he supports anything that you guys want to do because it's for the schools and it's for the community. He was like, I mean, there's just you guys are you guys are setting the example.
Yeah.
And we've now been this year 5 doing the Oklahoma Sports Network, and
crazy. It's been that long.
I know, right? I know, right? Going,
Yeah,
keep it.
yeah.
I mean, and we could, and that's the thing is that, I mean, someone like myself who loves sports and played sports here at Altus, what furthered my education was fine arts as going to school for music, and so
I
mean,
remember you being in all school production.
yeah, and so that there, I mean, that led to getting a scholarship in music, and so next week we're off, so we'll talk to Coach Reed really quickly, but we are going to reach out to the music department, talk to the second year music teacher now, and maybe some of the cast of the upcoming all-school production, and that'll be the first time we've done that here on the Coaches Show, and just giving them some exposure as well.
Absolutely.
And
I love it.
it's fun because what I love, and ladies and gentlemen, is that when you work for a boss and a man in charge that is like, yes, like if it's anything to further and advance Altus Public Schools and include our students and anything that is the best for them, you are 100% behind it, and I thank you for that.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to do it. Very exciting times.
It
Very
is.
exciting times. I just wish that we could get the word out even more. It's hard to get the word out these days, it seems like. We try every possible way, social media. We have our new Altus Public School app.
Yeah.
I would love for everyone to download that app
Oh, yeah.
and just follow everything Altus Schools.
Mm-hmm.
Everything Altus Schools is on that app.
Oh, yeah.
And they can follow sports. They can follow the arts. They can follow the academic team, whatever it is. Know
Yeah.
what's going on and
Mm-hmm.
when testing's coming up, when parent-teacher conferences are coming up. The awesome thing about it also is whatever language the phone is.
Yes.
So if you're a non-English speaking, we need to be all in for whatever we do, which that's what I love about Altus. We do that. We're all in for Altus Air Force Base. We're
Yes.
all in for the city of Altus. We're all in for we have a great college.
Yes.
We have the technology
Yes.
center, this hospital. I mean, letting us be here tonight and
Yeah.
sponsor us. Great community that supports any positive thing going on in Altus.
And huge supporters of Altus Bulldogs,
Absolutely.
anything Altus Bulldogs, and so thank you. Like, I mean, like the buses that we drive that say thank you Altus, we mean that from the bottom of our heart. It's not just it's really thank you, because none of this works
It's their money.
without you.
It's their money.
Yes,
I
it
mean,
is.
And they trusted us to spend it the way that we said we would. And hopefully we've done that, and they
Yeah.
see it. It's great. It promotes Altus, and it's all to our community support.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
and it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, because now we have the app, and yes, we have the Oklahoma Sports Network that you can go and you can watch anything Altus Bulldogs that we stream, whether it be sports or anything else. But we're also going to kick off. We're bringing back what used to be a long time ago with Miss George. It was ACTV, but it's BCTV now. And so, but how that's going to work too, Mr. Warbus, is that we'll have Altus Public Schools will have their own YouTube channel that we will stream to, that anybody in the world can watch it as well. And so anything that we put out on BCTV, they'll be able to, grandparents will be able to watch it. It's not just going to stream to the district, all the schools and stuff like that.
Right.
Anybody can log on YouTube, pull up our channel, and watch it as well.
So that'll be amazing.
It's-
I'm very excited also because I've heard teachers talk about it, because it's, we're not a huge town, but we're pretty big. We're at 7 different sites.
Yeah.
And we're all Bulldogs now, which I love.
Yep.
And so those teachers that choose to do it, maybe during breakfast or whatever, while they're doing breakfast in the classroom, at whatever time they choose, they can watch that with their students and let our younger students see older students
Exactly.
doing things and want to be able to do that, be on TV or
That's what it's
be
about.
in the all-school production. Whatever it may be, let them see what possibilities are out there. Because sometimes our junior high school students don't realize that
Yeah.
those young ones look up to them.
Oh, yeah.
They're watching every
Always.
move they make. They may be too shy to talk to them, but they're watching.
Yes, sir.
And so we need all of our Bulldogs to be doing the right thing.
That's it.
Making good choices because someone's watching, and we want them to mimic what a good Bulldog is. So, yeah, I love that you're doing that. I loved watching that growing up.
It was fun.
Even when I was in school myself,
Yeah.
I didn't go to Altus, but I actually was on one of the productions one time, and it's a great thing for our students, for the whole community. Hopefully our community will start watching it.
Exactly, yeah.
Just be a routine part of their day is
Yeah.
watching that VCTV.
Yeah, we'll be giving all announcements district wide, so we'll be reaching out to you guys, and of course, it's fun. We just I was talking to Griffin today in our class. He'd come in and we had with our BCTV, we're looking to go live here in September, and we'll start once a week at first and get them used to everything because we're having to teach. I got 14 students in there, so we're having to teach them everything, every aspect from producing to engineering to running a camera to being on-air personalities, all these things. And we were just able to finish our intro, and so everybody's excited about it. Like, and it's gonna bring back some '90s memories when you watch it. It's gonna be fun. So these kiddos, Griffin was laughing, but they had so much fun doing it.
Yeah. Well, I'm anxious to come see. I don't know who all's in it actually, but I know Griffin real well, and he's done a great job. He comes every first hour down to the board to be with Amanda, and he's done a great job at both of our previous football games.
Yep.
I don't know if you remember, but back in the day, I had you in 6th grade science, and back then we had Channel 1 that the whole school got to watch, and it was a big deal to the students. And this is going to be even better because it's our kids,
our own,
our people. And,
it's
what an opportunity!
Yeah,
I thank you for doing it because you stepped out a little bit out of your comfort zone.
Yeah,
being there at AECC with 4 and 5 year olds, and now you jump into high school kids, and.
Not much different. I'm just kidding.
They're just bigger.
Yeah, they're just bigger. Yeah, no, man, they've been great. It's been like that was one thing that because I had told you, you and I had talked prior before me even coming on as a teacher. Is like this is one thing that I want, and I want to be a PE teacher for pre-K and kindergartners. I love the kiddos. I love that age group, and but this is a passion of mine as well. And if I can see kiddos like Griffin that are just as passionate about it, then I'm not going to hold it to myself. As a teacher, I'm going to teach so that they, so that they can then go on and do it themselves. But I mean, these kiddos at the high school have welcomed me great. I had 4 or 5 of them in my class, in each one of my classes, dress up as me today. Today was teachers dress as students, students dress as teachers. And so, with the fake beard and everything.
Tattoos? They have the tattoos?
Not the tattoos, but the fake beard. And I had one, she came in and she was like, look, Coach Tova, I even put the white in your beard. I was like, that does not make me feel old at all. Thank you. But it's been a blast, Mr. Warbers, and again, thank you guys for believing in us and doing it because it's not me that does it. It's all of us. We're a team, and great staff, great kickoff to our all-in theme. Had a great keynote speaker, so good, and this is you guys putting it together, and we appreciate that. So tell us a little bit about our keynote speaker and, just a couple things. He was so great. Just really, revitalized, it seemed like all of us as a staff and just got us.
Had lots of great ideas.
Yes. And so, and then, of course, anything that you would want the community to know in regards to what's happening with Altus Public Schools.
Well, right now what's really pushing forward consumes a lot of my time is Rivers Elementary School. We've been working on that for many, many years, and it's really coming down to crunch time. It's turned out it's going to be about a $61 million build, a brand new elementary school on Altus Air Force Base, and we were blessed to have received a grant. Lots of people did lots of hard work to make that happen. It's an 80-20 split, so the federal government's paying for 80% of the cost, and we're paying for 20%, which is about $12 million, which is a lot of money for Altus schools. But we are blessed with the partnership with the City of Altus and MAPS 2, so we have some of that money stored. excuse me, and we've been saving our building fund money as well. We've applied for a FEMA grant through the federal government, which could be up to about $4.4 million, and that would count as part of our contribution. So God's going to provide,
Yes, sir.
and it's going to happen. But the plans are about 90% complete, which is a huge undertaking to build a brand new building. And the challenges of being on Altus Air Force Base with federal regulations, the windows have to be blast proof. There has to be, there's all these regulations that we're not used to in town or with the state of Oklahoma, but they're all good things, and we're going to make it happen. And we're hoping and praying that we're going to break ground about February. And it's going to be a good 2-year-long build. We'll build it. We'll tear down the old one and build a parking lot. So it's going to be an amazing building. It's designed to look like the Air Force emblem.
Nice.
It's 30% larger. The rooms are 30% larger. The building's 30% larger. It's going to be state-of-the-art everything.
Nice.
Excuse me. So that's huge. But if you recall, last year the community again supported us 100%, or I guess 71% for a bond. We passed a bond. And 2 huge projects also in town is Kiwanis Park, which is our baseball softball complex. We did phase 1 about 5 years ago, where we turned it into a baseball softball complex, and the city deeded it over because we've never had our own baseball or softball field. We used the cities. Because of Title IX, we had to have equal amounts, and we could not afford that, so we combined it into one, and so that field is for both. So phase 1 was artificial turf, did a lot of just minor new lighting,
new scoreboard,
regraded, new scoreboard, new fence. Well, phase 2 is going to start. We're doing the drawings there. It will probably break ground in spring.
Okay.
And what it's going to be amazing. I should have brought pictures. The grandstands are beautiful. It's going to have a press box. It's going to have a brand new concession stand, restrooms that have more than 2 stalls. It's going to have several stalls. The dugout is going to be an amazing home dugout that is connected in the back with the dressing room, restrooms, coach's office, which now there at Kiwanis Park, there's no dressing rooms. There's not much, but we're blessed to have what we have. And then right north of there will be just a large facility that's an indoor batting and or pitching complex. We can do 3 at a time. And then to the west of there, that it's called the Little Tykes Park. They have deeded that right behind the museum. We're turning that whole thing into a very family-friendly environment where there's parking. There's going to be some picnic areas. So if you come to watch a game, you're in a tournament, it's going to be very family-friendly. And what's also nice about it is a lot of times we won't have conflicting events. So the museum puts on amazing events there, and so they can use the parking lot, because their parking is very, very limited. But if you're not involved in our museum, it is a great museum, and they do events at least every month, and they're just very, very unique and good events. So those are the three major things we have going on, and very excited about it. Lana Mowdy, Dr. Lana Mowdy, she's our grant writer. Her entire salary is paid with grants that she has written, and she has gotten. Last year, she got a $750,000 DODEA grant from the Department of Defense for technology. This year, she's applied for one that's $1 million, and we will know this month if we received that or not. We're very hopeful that we will. She's gotten several $100,000 worth of grants. We applied for 2 grants twice now for safe rooms at intermediate school that would double as STEM labs and STEM classrooms, and then the one at the junior high would double as a wrestling complex. Because wrestling is exploding in Altus, boys and girls, just tons of kids that we want to support. So we're rewriting those grants, and we are going to get them. I think it was God's planning that we didn't get them this year because we have 3 major projects going. So it's going to happen. It's just a matter
schools, and you guys are doing that, and so we know that great things are coming. I mean, if you haven't been out go out, support the fine arts, attend the musical, the all-school production, and go check out the brand new auditorium, remodeled auditorium.
Beautiful.
Like, beautiful. And then if you haven't been to a volleyball game here yet this season, next home volleyball game, go and check out Cletus B Street Fieldhouse and all the renovations that have been done there.
And
It's
air
not
conditioning.
Exactly. I was about to say it's not the same field house that it used to be. Like, it's so comfortable there with the air conditioning, the LED walls, the brand new floor. Like, we are advancing in so many ways, and a lot of it is to you and your staff and just the vision that you have for Altus Public Schools. So thank you, Mr. Warbus.
Thank you. Yes, another exciting thing I didn't mention, we have the windows that we've gotten at all the sites. We're finishing up at AECC with the windows along the west and north side, and also the last gym, elementary gym, that doesn't have AC, air conditioning.
Yeah.
His old Roosevelt, which is we call primary school. They're in the process. It's being put in as we speak.
Nice.
And so they will have it soon. We're also turning an old special ed shower in that facility, in that gym, to a restroom. So,
Nice.
we're
That
dealing
comes
with a
in
bunch
handy.
of first and second graders.
Yes.
It's nice to have that one seater
Yeah.
for that emergency, so those kids are right there close. So it's not a little project, but compared to some of the others, it's considered a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
But exciting things going on at really every single site,
Yes,
except
sir.
for Rivers. We're not doing much at that older building because we're getting the new building. We're trying not to invest too much money into the old, but a lot of very exciting things happening. A lot of teamwork in a lot of different areas, with Altus Air Force Base helping us, the city of Altus helping us, our community helping us, and then I have the best staff ever. Doesn't matter what position they have in Altus Public Schools, they're supportive and they love kids.
Oh, yeah.
I stress, and we stress, that every single child needs at least one loving, caring adult in their life.
That's
and
right.
they may or may not. So now we've doubled that, going now to elementary school. Elementary school, which is our third and fourth graders, they have that once a week on Tuesdays, and primary continues to have it once a week on Thursdays. So we have the potential of reaching over 400 kids
awesome.
to teach them about Jesus.
That's awesome.
After school. It's a voluntary thing.
Yeah.
They do supply transportation if they need it. It's not required, but we have lots of families that are interested in it and doing it, and we could not do it without volunteers. It's all volunteer work. We do have school employees that after they get off work, they go and volunteer, but the Ministerial Alliance is the one putting it on, and what a partnership.
Oh, yeah.
What a eternity changing
That's it.
partnership that we have to give these kids. It
Yeah.
chokes me up.
It is, and I mean, Mr. Warbus, I've always gone into, whether it be coaching or teaching, and one thing that, I had written it down for me because I knew that this is where God had put me. But, when Coach Reed came in, when he came back to Altus, he sat down with us with our, huge on the 3D,
Yes.
Three-dimensional coaching and teaching. And so as coaches, we went through it, and his first question is, what's your why? Tell me your why you coach. What's your why? And I was, when I heard it, I automatically, I view coaching and teaching as a form of ministry, like that, that I get to pour into these kiddos, to these students, and one, show them the love of Jesus, and just show them that, hey, listen, no matter how rough your life may be, no matter what you're going through at home, we love you. I love you. I'm here for you. And I tell my players this all the time, coach, is like when after as a coach, after we, after practice, after a game, hey, listen, going through everything, but the last thing I say to them, hey, has anybody told you they love you today? Because if not, I love you. And so it's just those those things, man. And again, it trickles down from the top, Mr. Warbus, and you have never shied away from, hey, I'm a believer. You say it all the time. And one thing I love is that when we open up a school year, we open up with prayer. We open it up with, we open it the right way. And so, I mean, thank you. And what we're doing and who we're partnering with and what they're doing for our kiddos is amazing. Like you said, it is it's an eternal life change.
Yep.
So
100%.
I mean, what we're doing here in Altus, ladies and gentlemen, is massive. It's huge. And again, and the other thing is that, if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, anything, positive or negative, Mr. Warbus is very open. He'll let you know, hey, contact the Board of Education. His number, his office number is there on the website.
580-481-2102. Call Christy Duffy and set up an appointment. I'd love to talk to people as long as they're professional and kind. I want, you don't always want to hear the good all the time. You want to hear what could be better.
Exactly.
We want to always be better.
Yes.
We can't fix everything. We can't prevent bad things from happening, but we do the best we can, and just we're all in for our kids. I mean, there's no other way to say it. We're all in.
Yeah, it's caught on like fire so much that Patrick Mahomes is all in as well. He even put out a video. He even put out a video that says all in, and so I don't know. He must have been talking to somebody that has ties to Altus or something, Mr. Warvis. I don't know, but you put out that video and you were like, see, and you were like, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But
God's
again,
timing's always right.
It's there you go, right there, always right. Mr. Warvis, thank you again for stopping by and talking to us. We love talking to you. You always have an open mic, an open chair, wherever we're at. If we're there, you can come in, you can talk, and you are always open to join us on anything that we're doing. Thank you again for stopping by.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Anytime. I'm not going to ask him the 3 questions. He's already answered them before, and there's a couple posted pictures where he was throwing up Pistol Pete, and I had to pray for him for a little bit. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, when your money goes for tuition there for 8 years,
you tend to But the cool thing about that, you were talking about the museum.
Yes.
They were actually throwing on an event there with which I had heard, but I was
there.
Yeah, you were there, but Pistol Pete is from this area.
He is,
and so that's awesome too. So I mean, that, again, dude, great, and hey, listen. Both Oklahoma schools came off with a tough win, but they got it regardless. And so
after Friday night was so tough, I thought, I can't live through Saturday with watching both of those games as tough as they were. But, they pulled them out. They won. A W is a W.
A W is a W. I was telling Griffin that Monday, I was like, man, I was there Saturday in Norman. I was just like, what is going on? Like, it was just a weird day in college football.
Yes, it was.
All the way around. But this is why we love sports. And the great thing is that you can tune in and you can be involved Friday night, as a matter of fact. Just come and join us at Hightower Memorial Stadium at The Rock, 7 p.m. Homecoming. Yes. We're going to have some great festivities. We're going to our top 3 are going to be announced here sometime this week. So you'll see the top 3 candidates for Homecoming King and Homecoming Queen. And we will crown a Homecoming King and Homecoming Queen there during halftime at the football game this Friday night, 7 p.m., taking on the Cash Bulldogs. I guess I've heard from my producer here, Griffin, that it's called the Bulldog Shootout.
Yeah.
Bulldog
I got my shirt
Shootout.
Today. A bank from Lawton sponsored it, and it's the dog fight. It's got both dogs on there. I got one today. They sent me one over.
Well, listen
also
here.
on Friday, I don't want to forget, with OSN, I love it. You're doing the homecoming
meet
speeches,
the candidates.
Meet the candidates. Is that at 9?
That is at 9 a.m., yes,
and then
sir.
Our huge parade. I'm very excited about our parade. I love that we're small town enough that we still do good old things that we've done for many years.
Oh, yeah.
The traditions of our parade.
Pageantry,
that'll
man,
be at
it's
2 o'clock.
amazing.
They're going to go from the high school. They're going to go to East Broadway
down
and
Navajo.
go down
Navajo,
and then back,
Commerce.
and then end up at the Altus High School auditorium
on the steps there.
So if you can't actually be there, which we want you to line those streets
if
at all possible. The question always comes up, well, what about my young kids? Go check them out. You're the parent. Go check them out at school and bring them to the parade.
Yeah.
We don't let out all of school because it's just not feasible for us to do that. But if you want your child to go check them out. Come watch the festivities.
Yeah.
Root on those Bulldogs, and then 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Friday night. What a night.
It's going to be a fun night. And, of course, myself and Griffin will be there. I will be emceeing the homecoming pep rally, as we always do. We usually do it at the steps of the courthouse, but the courthouse is under renovations as well.
Oh, that's another amazing thing that's going on. That's going to be a beautiful building. I'm so glad that the county voted yes on that tax. Yeah. Man, it's coming along. It's going to be beautiful, and
looks nice.
I love that they're keeping the old tradition of what it looks like. Brought back the old dome.
Yep.
Brought back the I forgot what it's called. In the middle of it, on the inside, the rotunda.
Oh yeah,
it's going to have a rotunda like it used to.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, it's going to be
nice.
amazing. And then the county, they took over Washington Elementary School. They needed a place to go, and so they've done some renovations in there that we're hoping. Once they have moved back into their place, the administration building is a horrible building with lots of issues. It's going to cost lots of money.
Yeah.
We're hoping to move the administration building into Old Washington Elementary because Washington Elementary is one of the oldest schools in Altus. And so we're hoping to do that and just have a bigger, better facility, plus keep it looking good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And thank you to Jackson County for making the renovations, some of the renovations for them that are going to help us.
Exactly. And so, I mean, Washington.
Again, teamwork.
And when you have a great cohesive unit with the Altus Air Force Base, the city of Altus and the Altus Public Schools, great things happen, not only for us as educators, but for most important, our students and our student athletes. And so, I mean, you talk about Washington. I mean, I was a Washington puppy through and through. So, I have real great memories there at that building. And so I'm glad that it's still going to be utilized. And so I'm telling you, we got a great week here. It's just Wednesday.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us here on the Coaches Show Friday morning at 9 a.m. Meet the candidates. We will meet our top 3 candidates for our homecoming court. Top 3 kings, top 3 queens. You will hear their interview, their speech. I will sit down with them and talk with them, interview each and every one of them. Watch it live. The band's going to be involved. It's an actual pep assembly at the high school, so we love it. Students are going to be there. And so that's at 9 a.m. Then we kick off our countdown to kickoff for homecoming game. Bulldog, scrap, corral, whatever it is, Bulldog. You know what? When OSN came on, we signed up to Play Cash, and I had named that the Bulldog Brawl. And does that shirt say Bulldog Brawl? Because if it does,
I think it says dog.
Oh, okay, all right. If it says Bulldog Brawl, I owe some compensation.
Yeah,
I'm owed some compensation. I'm just kidding. But it's been something that we've really enjoyed, and like Coach Reed said, it's become a rivalry. So come support your Altus Bulldogs Friday night at 7 p.m. at the Rock.
Let me say another thing before you
go ahead.
Me off. Was it impressive Friday night? The band, no longer than we've been in school. They worked before school started. They work. I go to the bus barn at 7 a.m. They're out there in the dark, practicing, and that Altus band looked great. I thought Friday night. They've come a long way in such a short amount of time, with the school year being so short so far. The Palm Squad, I mean, they put on one heck of a halftime little performance, and then our cheerleaders, they're always top notch. Casey Bates has them.
Oh yeah, doing great.
Doing great. It's in her blood, and it's just the whole night. Other than the loss, it was a great night.
It was a great night. Great.
A lot of involved students.
A lot of involved students. The community came out and supported the Bulldogs, and again, the great thing about that is that we do at home games and away games, but most importantly during the home games, we do stream the halftime band performance and the dance and stuff like that. So we're giving love to all them. We're not just showing football.
No.
So we're showing everybody.
It's all out to public school.
It is, man. And
I'm gonna give a shout out to our student section. We have a great student. They dress up. They support volleyball. They supported basketball. They support it all. They go and watch, and they get loud. They're respectful. They're well behaved, but they have a good time.
Oh yeah.
And man, you put all that together at a game, and it just the energy. You feel the energy in the atmosphere. It's great.
The atmosphere is electric. So if you want to be a part of that atmosphere, join us Friday night at 7 p.m. as the Altus Bulldogs host the Cash Bulldogs for the Bulldog Brawl at the OK Corral, whatever they're calling it. I don't know. It's a shootout, but it's going to be a good game. I guarantee you. Two teams looking for their first win, so someone's got to come out the victor. Yeah. And we're hoping that it's going to be our Altus Bulldogs.
It is going to be Altus Bulldogs.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. He's speaking it into existence.
This is the weekend. Injuries and all, this is the weekend.
Yeah, well, there you go. There you go. So if you believe that, then speak it into existence with us as well. Thank you, Mr. Warbus, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Reed. Again, we will be back next week. It is an off week, so we'll talk to Coach Reed about cash, about the outcome of the game, which will be a Bulldog win as per Mr. Warbus. And so, and then, of course, I'm just going to say it right now, Griffin. Remind me tomorrow. We need to go down to the music hall and invite our music director and tell her to bring some of the cast for. We're doing Beauty and the Beast this year.
Yes. Oh, what a fun one. I've seen that a couple different times. It's amazing costumes, great story. It's a good one.
It's going to be fun. So I'd love to get them on the Coaches Show, get a chance to talk with them as well and get them some exposure.
Absolutely.
So, Mr. Warbus, thank you again. Thank you for everything that you do for Altus Public Schools. Thank you for being a fan. And just, if anybody bleeds Bulldog Blue, no one bleeds it more than Mr. Warbus. Thank you again, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you to Griffin for running producer for us tonight. Hey, listen, it's been a great night. We will see you again Friday morning at 9 a.m. Meet the Candidates, 6:25. Countdown to kickoff, brought to you by Custom Graphics. And then, of course, kickoff at 7 p.m. Altus Bulldogs versus the Cash Bulldogs. You're watching the Coaches Show with head coach Jeremy Reed here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Yeah, go, 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 go. Everybody come to the front net. Go, 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 go. Everybody come to the
Wichita Insurance is your true homegrown insurance agency found right here in the heart of Southwest Oklahoma. We take pride in taking care of our own around here, whether it be your business, home or auto, farm and ranch, life insurance, bonds, or crop insurance. We're here to help make sure you're taken care of. Come see us at any of our convenient locations in Altus and Mangum, or give us a call at 580-301-6352. We look forward to making you part of the Wichita Insurance family.
Strong Tower Ministries strengthens the church by connecting and engaging visitors in the true Word of God and belief in Jesus Christ. Come worship with us at 805 Martin Luther King Road in Altus, Oklahoma. Sunday morning Bible school starts at 9 a.m., followed by worship at 10. Can't join us that morning? We also have Sunday evening services starting at 4, and youth services are on Wednesday nights at 6:30. Your ministry is found where you've been broken. Your testimony is found where you've been restored.
Are you looking for more than just a job? Paris Foods offers a career with a competitive starting wage, opportunity for advancement, life and health insurance, including medical, dental, and vision, as well as 401k retirement plan. At Paris, you can be proud of a company that gives back to the community. But most of all, you can take pride from making a quality product. Paris Foods, the food America likes to eat. So come be a part of a winning team and start your path to success today.
pride in supporting our communities. We take pride in our deep-rooted traditions of serving Southwest Oklahoma. But mostly, we take pride in being an Altus Bulldog. You can always count on us to show up wearing our blue and white loud and proud and ready to lend a hand. Because at Cattlemen's Bank, we proudly say,
We want to keep you moving. Broken bones aren't all we take care of. The JCMH Orthopedic Clinic specializes in sports injuries and total joint replacements. We give steroid injections and do arthritis treatments. We have the best doctors and staff who care at the JCMH Orthopedic Clinic. Dr. Jeff Duncan and Dr. Greg Pickett. Physician assistants Mandy Caldwell and J.R. Ramirez. Youth and adults, for sports or for your lifestyle. We'll keep you moving.
College is more than just going to class.